we'll be discussing missions on moon today. We'll try to wrap up the topic. We'll go a bit slowly. Let me tell you, it will not come as short notes and all, but as fill in the blanks questions, this last 2 pages may be asked in the exams. Point number 1. Moon is the closest astronomical object to the Earth. Second, the man has been planning to send satellites on moon. The first what you can say, the first daring of sending satellites to moon was done by the Soviet Union, USSR. Okay, under the series which were called as Luna म्हणजे moon, under the series which was called as the Luna series which started first ever satellite, unmanned it was, human beings were not present. First unmanned satellite launched on moon was in 1959, which was called Luna 2. After that, some round about 15 satellites were sent by the Soviet Union, as Russia म्हणतो आपण त्याला, were sent by the Soviet Union until 1975. Till 1975, 15 satellites have been launched. All are unmanned. You know what they have done? They have taken a large number of photographs. They have collected various stone particles, various chemicals and all that, and sent them to laboratory for research. I'll repeat. The first satellite launched was on the moon, as moon is the closest astronomical object. The first satellite launched on moon was in the year 1959 under a mission which was called as Luna series, and the first ever satellite was called Luna 2. It was launched unmanned satellite. It was an unmanned satellite launched by the Soviet Union, which was sent to moon. After that, till 1975, 15 satellites were launched. All were unmanned, which gave us collected various chemicals, stone particles, some rock particles and all, and brought them for research in the laboratories. हे झाला unmanned satellite. And then USA began its mission. USA began its mission under the series of moon ranging from 1962 to 1972. I repeat, USA began its moon mission from the year 1962 to 1972. Few among the satellites sent to the moon were manned. म्हणजे माणसासकट थोडे सॅटेलाइट्स किंवा स्पेस शटल्स पाठवले गेले. The first ever man who reached the moon was Neil Armstrong in the year 1969. After him, several other people have been landed on moon. Not only that, let me tell you, India has also not been left behind. Okay, India has also not been left behind. India was successful in launching Chandrayaan 1 on moon. India was successful through its Indian Space Research Organization. ही एक organization है. Through this organization, India could successfully send its first mission on moon. It was unmanned, which was called as Chandrayaan 1. And this Chandrayaan 1 gave signals for one continuous year. Afterwards, its signals got lost, no doubt. But for one continuous year, full year, the signals of Chandrayaan 1 were reaching the Earth. Precisely India. And therefore, India could study various components which are present on moon. And India was the first ever country to show that there is presence of water on moon. That's it. This is regarding success of India. Via Chandrayaan 1, it could predict that apart from other chemicals also, moon has water as well. Next, the next astronomical object close to the Earth is Mars. Students, various satellites have been sent to Mars, but 50% have been unsuccessful. But here, regarding India, you should be proud of that it has made a remarkable progress. It has been remarkably successful by launching Mangalyaan 1 in 2008. Mangalyaan 1 was sent in November 2013, and it reached the orbit of Mars in September 2014, and it gave various it gave information about the various sources on Mars as well as the orbit of Mars. That's it. This is regarding Mangalyaan and this is regarding the Mars. I'll repeat. The next astronomical object other than Moon, the next astronomical object close to Earth is Mars. Various satellites have been sent to Mars. Most of them have been unsuccessful. Few of them were successful, but most of them were unsuccessful. In 2008, the ISRO sent Mangalyaan 1. Okay, and it was successfully, it was propagated in November 2013 and it reached the Mars orbit in September 2014, and it gave various information, particularly the orbit of Mars. You should be proud of India, students. आपल्याकडे का तिकडे तितके resources नाही आहेत. Students, I would precisely mention 3 eminent scientists who were of Indian origin. No doubt they did not get settled in India, but they were of Indian origin, who have done remarkable progress or have been successful in astronomy and all that. First was Rakesh Sharma. Rakesh Sharma was the first person an Indian who was sent to space under a joint Indo-USSR project. He stayed in space for 36 hours. So Rakesh Sharma was a person who stayed in space. He was sent into space, who stayed there for round about, we can put here like this, he stayed in space for round about 36 hours. 36 nahi, 8 hours he stayed in space. But it was a joint Indo-USSR project. Point number 1. Then came another scientist who was called Kalpana Chawla. She did her engineering, aeronautical engineering from University of Punjab, and then did her PhD, that is doctorate, in Colorado University. And then she, you can put it like this, that she was another woman who stayed in space for round about 336 hours, but she lost her life when her spacecraft, after doing successful projects, spacecraft was returning to Earth and she lost her life. She got perished, students. Next is Sunita Williams. Sunita Williams is another lady who, she is of Indian origin, no doubt, but she has been born and brought up abroad. That is the reason here. She is the person who has stayed in space for the longest time, that is almost 8 days, and through her space shuttle, which is called Discovery, students. So she has been stayed for several in the sense 1 week ती राहिली आहे, which is very very difficult, student. आपल्याला वाटते तितकं सोपं नाही आहे ते. One thing. So these are the 3 eminent scientists who belonged to India. Then other than Mars, there were so many other satellites sent to other astronomical bodies, which include various asteroids, which include other astronomical objects also. These satellites could be successful in collecting dust, in collecting the stone particles from the asteroids, which help the scientists to discuss or do the research on the material content present in asteroids. Okay, this is one paragraph here. Now we will discuss space technology and India. That is the next paragraph. India has been very successful in launching various satellites. India has been successful in sending scientists, and now Chandrayaan 3 जे येणार त्याच्यात manned हे असणार ते manned mission आहे ते. It's not unmanned mission, students. So if these people reach moon, then we will be the world is watching us. Let me tell you, if lockdown was not there, it would have been launched by 2021. But आपलं bad luck है. That is the thing. They did not sit and carry and cry over that failure of Chandrayaan 2. They are already in the process of preparing Chandrayaan 3 by overcoming the drawbacks of the making of Chandrayaan 2. But Chandrayaan 3 will be manned satellite. It's not unmanned satellite. Okay, let me clear this point. It will be sent to moon. Chandra म्हणजे moon. हे तुम्हाला काय logic सांगायची गरज नाही. Next, India and space technology. India has been sending various satellites. We have 2 launch vehicles. India has 2 launch vehicles to launch the satellites in various orbits. They are PSLV and GSLV. PSLV is Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, and GSLV is geostationary satellite launch vehicle. These two launchers or launch vehicles have been used to launch the satellite in various orbits around the earth. Point number 1. Point number 2, the satellites which are launched, they give us various scientific information which leads to the social and economical development of the country, that is India. Socially and economically we become highly developed. Next, there are two important satellites, that is INSAT, Indian National Satellite, and GSAT, Geostationary Satellite. These two satellites are precisely used for, we'll put it like this, these two satellites, that is INSAT and GSAT, which are launched by India. They are precisely used for study of meteorology, for telecommunication and television. So whatever televisions, whatever networks we get in televisions, telephone communication and internet is precisely very fast in India because of these two important satellites, that is INSAT and GSAT. Then we have another satellite which is called EDUSAT, EDUSAT, which gives us information regarding only education students. Then there is another satellite which is called as IRS, Indian Regional Satellite, which gives us an idea about the natural, means it gives us an idea about the natural resources and the disaster managements. Okay, they gives us the IRS, Indian Regional Satellites, give us an idea about the natural resources and the disaster management. Here IRS का काम है. And there is one more, that is IRNSS. This satellites gives the exact position of a particular place by knowing its latitude and longitude. That's it. इंडियाचं परत कौतुक सांगताय. लॉन्चिंग कुठल्या लॉन्चर्सनी केलं जातं? PSLV आणि GSLV, which are the two satellites which have already been launched by India, INSAT and GSAT, which are used for three important purposes: television, telecommunication and meteorology. Meteorology means study of climate. Third, next, there is one more satellite which is called as EDUSAT, which gives us an idea only about, which is related to only education. IRS, which gives us the availability of natural resources and disaster management. There is another satellite which is called IRNSS, which gives us the exact location of that particular place as per its latitude and longitude. That's it. Here's the India's कौतुक. You know, Vikram Sarabhai was the first person. He is called as the father of Indian space program. He was the person who, we'll put it like this, who launched the first space launcher in Thumba. Thumba is almost in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. That area madhe. In Thumba, okay, one thing, he established the National Research Laboratory, Vikram Sarabhai, and he was a pioneer in the making of this important organization, that is ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization. That's it. Here is Vikram Sarabhai's thoda praising. Then we have the next paragraph and the last paragraph, that is satellites and debris. Debris means the waste material which remain, that is called debris. Students, you know, when the satellites are launched in various orbits around the earth, what happens? Due to collision between the satellites, due to the some remnants of some second stage, now when the second stage of the rocket is burnt off, some pieces of the second stage remains. Some satellites collide with each other. Some satellites become non-functional. आता आपलं चंद्रयान 1 चे सिग्नल्स कुठे आपल्याला नाही आहे, मग ते नॉन फंक्शनल झालं. असे करून 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 ऑर्बिट्स मध्ये वेरियस डेब्रीज हॅव बीन कलेक्टेड. कचरा खूप साठलाय. And it was observed that 2016, you know, round about 1 crore pieces of length, 1 centimeter were found in these orbits. You know what is going to happen? It's going to create a problem for us. We take immense pains to launch satellites, and they will collide with this, you know, some unfunctioning satellites, collision of satellites, किंवा second stage कुठे डिटॅच झालेली असते, काय असते ते जाऊन आदळतात. We are wasting a lot of money, you know. Removal of these debris has been a challenge to the scientists now. आता सध्या ते जे सॅटेलाइट्स पाठवलेत ना त्याचा कचरा काढायचा आता त्यांचा प्रोग्राम ठरलाय. सो सायंटिस्ट आर बिझी टू मिनिमाइज द डेब्रिज which are present in the Earth's orbit and how to launch a satellite such that it can successfully revolve around the Earth. That's it. Students, space mission topic is over. सगळं शिकून झालंय. क्वेश्चनचं डिस्कशन मला पॉसिबल नाही आहे, नाही तर मी ते पण केलं असतं मुलांना. नेक्स्ट आय बी स्टार्टिंग विथ सायन्स 2 लेसन नंबर 6 ह्यूज वन ॲनिमल क्लासिफिकेशन. पण बऱ्यापैकी बाहेटिंग आहे आणि होमवर्क मात्र त्याच्यात होतं. ओके, फॉर टुडे बाय.